Hey, if you love history, you're going to love today's story. A couple of guys in town taking old, making it new. It's today's 60 Years, 60 Stories.
Still ahead on KTBS-3 News Midday, Rick Rowe shares a look at Shreveport then and now through photos and one of his 60 stories marking KTBS-3's 60th anniversary. Plus, Storm Team 3 meteorologist Brian Fowler has a look at our forecast. Stay with us.
Time now is 6:18 right on the dot. And I have no idea what that says. So a photo can freeze a moment in time, Carly.
Yeah, now two Shreveport men are sharing pictures from the past to give us a second look at their neighborhood and the city they love. Well, it's time for another 60 Years, 60 Stories. Rick Rowe loves taking a look back in time. So do some twin brothers who grew up in the Southern Hills part of Shreveport. They have several thousand other Shreveporters looking back with them, following their every click.
All right, time for another 60 Years, 60 Stories. We're celebrating the anniversary of KTBS. We're looking back at history of the Arklatex. So yesterday morning, I head downtown, met a couple of brothers. They are twins who are taking something old and making it new.
Shame on me. I should know this place. Been here 1,000 times. Never really knew what I was looking at. Neither did they.
Never knew that. The JCPenney, the Walgreens, we never knew those buildings were still here until we started taking pictures and research.
Okay, right here, this is the old Montgomery Ward building right here.
You see, Mike and Mark Mangham were just a couple of good old boys born and raised in Southern Hills, but they remember coming downtown. In fact, that might be them somewhere among those shoppers. Heck, I'm probably in there somewhere too. We all shopped. JCPenney's, Rubenstein's, Selmer Brothers. Had no idea the buildings, many of them, still stand. For instance, this is the old Selmer Brothers as the brothers photographed it. Here's an old pic of the Selmer Brothers show window. And this is both of those pictures blended together. Here's the old JCPenney's building. This is the exact same scene today, and this is both of those blended. There's the old Petroleum Tower, the new one, and here's how they do it.
And we take an old picture and we sketch it all out so we match everything up. And he'll stand out in the middle of the street and he'll line everything up where all the buildings and stuff line up, and then he takes a picture.
Here's what we used to call Shreve Square back in the 70s under the Texas Street Bridge. Here's the same scene today. Winter's Drugstore, then and now. Here's an old steamboat about to cross under the railroad bridge. Back in those days, it opened wide. You'll notice the background here. Today, that turn is on dry ground. And of course, being from Southern Hills, the twins have lots of those pictures too. Here's a really neat compilation of the old Sunset Drive-In. And sometimes Mike and Mark just like to have a little fun.
My favorite one is actually of me walking down Texas Street next to Barney Fife. You know, we got a picture of a guy that looks like Barney Fife walking down the sidewalk.
From the 50s, I think.
Yeah, it's from 1955.
Remembering when they were little boys, shopping downtown, going to the drive-in. Now they're all grown up, rediscovering Shreveport and capturing the way we all used to be.
I think a lot of people in their hearts, they love history, and plus it's emotional for them with their families, like their parents work downtown. My mother worked down at the Silver's building or something like that. I hear that all the time, and it just brings back memories to people, you know.
That is a picture downtown Texas Street looking towards what we call the Texas Street Bridge. It was originally called the Long O.K. Allen Bridge, named after Huey Long and O.K. Allen, who was governor at the time. I love those pictures. In fact, I know I'm in some of those pictures. I kind of dream that I'm in some of those pictures because that's where we all went, downtown, 50s and 60s. I grew up mostly in the 60s. But that's where everybody went shopping. There were no malls and things like that, so that's where you went. And they've taken pictures, and I love the way they superimpose them over what is there now.
That's cool, yeah.
See what was and what is now. If you're interested in looking at some of those pictures, and they have quite a following, they started just by couple of pictures. Now they have almost 4,000 people that follow them on this Facebook page. It's called If You Grew Up in Southern Hills, Shreveport. Because originally their idea was to take pictures of the Southern Hills area of town, but it got to be so popular that they went around town, did some other things downtown as well. So it's real popular. They have a Facebook page. Good guys, twins. Great baseball players in the day. They were quite athletic fellas, and I love what they've done. Again, I love history, and that's what we're loving doing these stories. 60 years, 60 stories. So if you've got a great history story, let me know about it.
Good stuff, as always. Thank you, Rick.